Hey guys, I'm gonna make a video to talk about my design for the camper van or the box truck, the uh, the back door. Um, so I removed the box truck roll-up door, and this is my design. So first of all, like you take a very quick look at the structure here. It basically make a frame out of unistrut channels. And you see the middle part is the left for the door for the camper door. So I find I used one for sale. It came out of um, pop up camper, I believe, and perfect for me. Size wise, small, lightweight, and all good. So I'm gonna make another video to show the door itself. But let's focus on the frame, right? So first of all, the material I decided to use is the unistrut channel, and I don't want to be heavy, right? So I want to keep a little bit lightweight as well, and so I decided to go with the half channel. As you know, half channel means it's not square, right? So the size this is a regular. I think it's 1/7/8, something like that. The standard unit strut channel size, and the half channel means this size. The thickness here is half of the, the width or whatever you call it, this side. Okay, and also the reason I use the unistrut is this combination of a strength and the flexibility. That's very important for me, right? So, and also consider the weight itself is all kind of balanced, if you will. So speak of the strength, I think this is good enough, right? So it's a very strong, and to hold, I'm planning to have a few utility boxes mounted here. So I'm gonna make a video when I make a progress on that. And this side you can see very similar, setup, but the only difference here I added like a square channel here, right? The regular channel. This is for mounting the spare tire. So I'm gonna make a video to show the spare tire carrier, because I find the time, because it's very difficult to find a big one be able to hold the spare tire. My spare tire is about 30 inches diameter, and it's very heavy, right? So I need to have a strong frame be able to hold that weight. So that's why I decided to, for this one particularly, use the square unistrut channel, right? So it's different from the others. I think it is the half channel is good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna make a video to show how this carrier is mounted to unistrut frame. But speak of the flexibility, right? This is really like the unistrut. The unistrut, you can find a lot of hardware brackets you can use, and be able, to mount different things. And that's one of the reasons I consider unit struts. And to look at the structure, I'm going to show you some details, right? So the way I set up or designed, I have like a half channel mount directly to the frame of the box truck, right? So the one side, for each of the sides, this is bottom and right, and the left side, and then the top, right? So I leave it a little bit space here, and when I talk about the finish of the using the PVC board and things like that, I'm going to show a video. But you can notice there's some of the space I leave here for those board for the finish, right? So that's come later. So look at the way I mount those unistruts and mount it to those frames. And the one thing I wanted to call out is you need to plan a little bit, right? So corner, you cannot avoid those. You're gonna use a bracket to connect those, make them stronger, right? Hold together, right? So, but it's very important when you have the additional ones along the way. Depending on how many you wanted to mount to the bottom. For example, I have one at the corner, one here, and one here. Two in the middle, and then and one here, and then there's another at the corner here. Yes. Okay, so my point here is very importantly, when you do the planning, make sure that you know where you're gonna be mounting the vertical channels, right? So for example, if I decided to mount my vertical channels here, try to avoid, right, to have this screw not kind of in the same position. That's really the point, right? So to separate those, kind of give it some space so that you don't run into the issue when you're trying to mount this one. There's a nut is on the way, right? So that's the point. Okay, same here. So I know like when I plan this accordingly. So I have take a quick look at here. So left and right, those are for the door, right? So basically the door will be mounted there. So I leave a little bit space here and here. Okay, and then also talk about the flexibility of the unit struts, and this is the kind of a standard bracket, right? So it's an L bracket, and then you can use that to add a horizontal one, right? So horizontal one to make part of the frame itself, and also it can be used to mount the other stuff later, right? So that's very important. One of the reasons I use the unit strut, so you can probably notice that, on this side you can see I have one. This is something when you buy, make sure that size-wise, this actually is kind of a change its direction, right? So I mounted to this vertical one here, and then you notice this one, right? This particular one here is actually kind of a change the direction and mounted to the this one, but somehow created a surface mounting point on the vertical side, and it's kind of a flat with um, the um, the outside surface, right? So you can look at this one and this one, and then you notice there's a different shape. Yeah, and this shape actually is very good because this side, the size actually fit very well, matches the size of the channel here, and then the turnaround on this side, right? So this side actually is also matched to the potentially unit struts I can mount vertically and attach to this bracket. So, and the beauty of this kind of design, right? So, thinking about I'm building the frame right now, and the things I want to keep this a little bit flexible, so I'm gonna mount like a vertical unit struts outside. But before I do that, I need to finish the whole wall with the panels, right? The PVC board or that good stuff. And then the sequence of doing that is I right now at this point, everything is ready to be mounted. I'm talking about the exterior, the wall panels, right? So I can mount the panels here. I'm gonna use the rivet, right? So I'm gonna show that in a different video. But once the board is here, say, let me put an example here, right? So I have a board here, right? And then I can still, right? So when I finish that board, I can come to inside here, and then you see those mounting the bracket. I can drill the hole through that bracket, the hole from inside towards the outside, and then once that hole has been drilled, and then coming to here, there's basically the screw will be coming out here, for example, by something like, let me grab. Grab example here. So you can see this is like the screw will be coming out of a bracket through that the panel, whatever you have for the exterior wall, and this one will be a mounting point. Come to the outside, right? So this is where I will be mounting the toolbox, things like that. So I'm planning to mount a couple of the boxes here on the wall, outside obviously, and then I'm gonna have, you can see on the top there's two mounting point. That's for the hanger for the ladders. So I have ladders are gonna be hanging there, and then on the left side, very similarly, very similar here, is basically as I described. For this area, will be the carrier for the spare tire. But on the top here, you see I have like a 4 bracket here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and basically that will be my mounting point for the couple of toolboxes mounted on the outside, and that's sort of reserved for that. So anything I think is to me, as I said, using the unit struts give me a very flexible way to create a frame and also be able to use that in the different ways, right, to mount the different things. So obviously, for any area that I have the frame, in the future I could potentially mount the different stuff. So anyway, so hope this is helpful for you, interesting to you. But if there's any question, please leave the comment below. I will get back to you when I get a time. Thank you very much.